everyone, and welcome to episode 22 of Sailing Alley Cat. Where have we been? What's been going on? We fell off the face of the earth for like 3 straight months. We were supposed to be in Maine. Why are we still here at Brunswick Landing Marina? Well, the short story is we're still here at Brunswick Landing Marina and we didn't go to Maine because life just sometimes happens. If you guys remember correctly, my mom's in an assisted living facility up near Savannah. And when we got back from Key West this year, it was very apparent to me that I needed to be a little bit closer to her right now at this particular period in our situation. At least Brunswick Landing Marina is not a bad place to be. It's a really nice place. We like it here. We consider it home, and we have made a ton of friends. As a matter of fact, in this video, I'm going to introduce you to quite a few of the interesting people that we have here at Brunswick Landing Marina. And also in this episode, we head to New Hampshire and Maine. We were supposed to go on the boat. We didn't make it on the boat, but we can go in a truck. So we're going to go and we're going to see our oldest daughter, Laura, and her husband, Dan, and get away from this Georgia heat a little bit. And we'll finish up this episode with an interview with Philip, the captain of the Blue Agave. If you'll remember, the title of this video is, Did Alley Cat Buy a Cat? Well, no, Alley Cat did not buy a cat, but Alley Cat's going to tour a cat, and we're going to show it to you. So we have this beautiful catamaran here, the Blue Agave, and it was actually delivered by Billy and Sierra from Tula's Endless Summer. And I'm going to tell you, they're just as cute, if not cuter, and just as sweet, if not sweeter in person. It was really a delight to look off my boat and see Billy and Sierra pulling in on this beautiful catamaran over here. Billy and Sierra did several videos on the Blue Agave since they delivered it from Florida to here at Brunswick Landing Marina. But we thought it might be interesting to give you guys the personal side of the Blue Agave. Let's talk with the captain. Let's find out why he chose this particular catamaran. Let's take a look at what happened after the boat got delivered and after Philip and his wife got moved on board. I've got an exclusive tour for you, and you are gonna love it. So stay tuned. Enjoy the episode.
Tell me a lie. I wanna love and I want it now. Fake it away. Say it loud, I could believe somehow. We could be friends. We could be more. If you could stand being with someone who betrayed a few, been wandering around and searching for a place to fall. There's a time for us, I know we could have it all. If you stay for a while, I will show you I can make the call. I know we could have it all. How many times will you deny before you break my heart? Out of my mind, out of time, I will be torn apart. Been wandering around and searching for a place to fall.
Aloha!
So like I was saying earlier, we spent the 4th of July here at Brunswick Landing Marina, and then we decided to head north to see our daughter Laura and her husband Dan.
So you're in a hurry? Well, you better calm down. We're all friends around you, just join the fun. 'Cause if you're in a hurry, you're missing the point. Should enjoy the fruits of life instead of chasing coins. Because it's a beautiful day. Isn't so come on, let's play.
And now the part of the video that most of you have probably been waiting for, getting aboard that brand new Seawind 1260. Let's meet Captain Phillip, get on with the interview and see what this is all about. All right. Hello, everybody. I have Phillip here with me today, and he is the owner of the Blue Agave, and he has agreed to answer some questions for me about this boat, and he's agreed to give us a tour. So let's get started. First of all, I'd like to know a little bit about you personally, Captain Phillip. How did you come about choosing this Seawind, and where did this dream of living on board a boat full-time begin for you?
I guess we can, if we start at the beginning, we'll go back to when I was about 13 or 14 years old. I know it sounds kind of silly, but I used to watch a TV show called Quincy MD.
I remember that show.
And Quincy lived on a boat. And I thought that was just the coolest thing that he lived on a boat. And I used to say, you know, one day when I retire or something, I'm going to live on a boat. It was just always in the back of my head. When I met my wife, I told her, we've been married almost 20 years now. I told her that one day I would like to live on a boat as well. And she thought that meant having a boat at the marina, and, you know, we had come to it on the weekends or something like that.
But that wasn't what you had
But
in
that's
mind.
not what I had in mind. And so we started really pursuing the dream. I guess like everyone else, as the more we got into it, we started watching more videos, because everything's so available on YouTube these days.
Very true.
And so we watched the normal people, we watched the Winds, we watched Sitar, we watched a lot of Catamaran people, because we had a 30-foot Catalina. And I love to sell it, and I love the lean, and to go out and see how far I could get the boat to lean over and put the rails in the water. She hated it. I mean, just absolutely hated the lean. She didn't like going down into the boat and feeling like she was down below all the time.
Did you feel like a catamaran would be a good compromise for that?
Oh, absolutely, because relatively stable boat, very nice to sail up on. We went to boat shows. We did the Miami boat show. We did Annapolis boat show. Every boat show that we could, we would go to. Looked out all the boats. I mean, originally my first boat I wanted was a Fontaine Peugeot Helia 44. Really liked that boat. And then, you know, I wanted a Leopard and a Lagoon, and we looked at all of them.
They're all gorgeous boats.
Yeah, and, you know, went through all of them, and January, I guess, of 19, we went to the Seattle Boat Show, and there was a 13-year-old Seawind 1160 at that boat show. They didn't have a 1260 there. But they had the 1160, and again, it was 13 years old. And my wife and I walked on the boat and looked around, and she just looked at me and she said, I could do this.
This is it, huh?
This is the boat.
one.
I could do it. So we really started researching the Seawind brand,
And from what I understand about Seawind, when you're buying a boat, they're very, very good about taking you out and letting you get a really good feel
yes.
for what's going on with the boat. Is that true? Did you get that experience
Yeah,
with Seawind?
we went out on a 1260. Probably 3 or 4 different times. We sailed it from Seattle to Bremerton. We went up to Anacortes and sailed, through the San Juan Islands up in Washington. So
Wow.
we did some. We took a couple of nice little trips and day trips and stuff on the boat, and really, really enjoyed it.
Fantastic. So I understand that a Seawind is a mid-range catamaran, and mid-range meaning halfway between luxury and performance.
Right.
And were you well aware of that when you were choosing this particular boat?
Absolutely. I mean, it was, it's a good compromise. And every boat is a compromise.
Absolutely.
I would say, but I still wanted something that I could sail that what I
Yes.
felt like would sail fast or fast enough. I like to go places, and hopefully you don't ever have to try to dodge a storm or get
Yeah.
out of the way. But if you have something that can give you just a little more you might have a better chance of
Absolutely.
getting around it than if you don't. Yet on the other hand, some of the spacious hallways and stuff that you give up in some of the leopards and lagoons and stuff, we just don't have on this boat.
Yeah.
So one of the biggest concerns really when looking at it from a liveaboard standpoint was my wife thought there's not going to be enough storage. There's just not. But the truth about that is now that we've moved on, seems like every day she says, "Ooh, I found some more storage space or whatever." We've got places that we haven't even put stuff in, and we're moved on now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it has not been, something that has bothered us at all.
Good. Now let's talk about sailing the boat, because we actually got an opportunity to go out on the Blue Agave last weekend, and it was Philip's first to sail on Blue Agave, and it was a really exciting day, and I've got some great footage of it. What did you think of the way the boat sailed? And I particularly want to talk about high bridge deck.
So you're talking about from the underneath?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I understand that that really affects the ride.
It does. I mean, let's face it. Every catamaran will slam at some point. And we had a couple of slams going out last weekend. Now we were dead into the wind against the current, and it was pretty choppy. It was pretty choppy, but overall, even that said, the boat still performed extremely well. I mean, we were doing in about 12 knots of wind against a current. We were still moving 5.5 to 6 knots at about 44 degrees.
And it was an incredible sail. How you feeling, Captain Phillip?
Feel good.
What are we doing?
We got the sail up.
Is this your first sail?
This is our first time to get the mainsail up
That's awesome.
on the new boat.
We're on a boat, we're feeling fine. Drinking Tennessee whiskey, a big blue sky. We're going up, we're coming down. There's a party on the water, it's a hell of a time. We're on a boat, we're killing time. In our own honky tonk with a bottle of wine. We're going up, we're coming down. Cheers to feeling alright, it's a hell of a time. A hell of a time. Yeah, we're chilling out here, late
The Seawind 1260, as you can see, is a gorgeous boat. It has two 29 horsepower diesel engines with sail drives, 3 cabins, 126 gallons of fuel. It's practical, it's versatile, it has a self-tacking jib, an electric winch, very large opening windows, front seating for a large party, B&G electronics, and so much more.
So I would just say one of the things we really loved about this boat initially was the trifold doors. Seawind's famous for it. There's been hundreds of videos on the boat and the door, but you know, it's always impressive to me the way it just opens up this entire space, and it's really easy to do. So I always just take a couple of wraps and unlock it. Then you just want to make sure that you're off here, and you just begin to lower it down. Yeah.
Wow. That is pretty cool.
You can take it down, and then of course the doors open or
Yeah.
fold up the other way. But we can do that, or I can just take it back up. But so you can see.
Nice.
It becomes, you know, then it shuts it up, and you have your cockpit and your salon. Good for bad weather, good for when it's hot and you got the AC running as well. Close everything up. But
Outstanding.
we like to have it open most of the time. We get such a good breeze if it's not raining and we've got the windows open, and we get
Ooh.
such a big breeze through here.
Speaking of the big windows in the front, I understand that that is a huge pro with the Seawind. What kind of visibility do you have when you are actually out sailing with all of the windows?
So I think the visibility is great.
Yeah.
You know, there's controversy about that as well as there is everything else. I feel like that with these windows that are electric that go up and down, once I drop these down, I don't have to look through 2 panes of glass or anything. I've got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 huge windows in the salon that I can see. I can see from this helm, I can see the bow on the port side. I can see the bow right there on the starboard side. From here, I think I've got 360 visibility. And if I really don't like it, and you know, I can lean out the side. I can set up. I can see my sails through here. Or I can put the autopilot on and just walk around. I can go set up front with my remote control and have all the visibility I need.
Awesome.
Or if you're doing a night passage, I can still set in here with the autopilot remote. I can turn the chart plotter around and see it inside as well on a night passage. So another reason we bought the boat was the safety aspect of the boat. I have no steps to go up to get to the helms. If you look at the lagoons or leopards or any of the other cats that have the raised helm, you have to go up steps to get there. And I just didn't want to do that, considering I'm not a young anymore. And I plan on doing this for a long time, and so I just wanted everything on the same level that we could work from.
Speaking of things being on the same level, I understand that another huge pro of the Seawind is the dual helms.
Yes, and we do like the dual helms. It
Yeah.
makes docking, in my opinion, super easy, because depending on what side I'm going to dock against, I can just move to that side of the boat, have great visibility when docking. We have dual controls, as engine controls as well, and so I can just switch over from starboard to port or port to starboard and control the engines while docking and everything from either side. And it's just a great option. And even when sailing, if everybody knows when you throw your jib out or whatever, sometimes it just blocks your view if your helm is on one side.
Yeah.
And I can just move over to the other and just increase my view and my visibility.
And when you're out sailing, I understand that another pro of this boat is the self-tacking jib.
It's almost cheating. I mean,
that was crazy the other day.
I admit that it's almost cheating because, when you just say, prepare to tack.
Just has
Hey
a
guys,
whole other
I'm tacking, and your crew's all sitting in the cockpit with their arms folded. And you just spin the wheel, and you just tack across, and everything happens. And one thing I think I found out, and y'all might have noticed too, was we were sailing the other day, was you could feel it kick in after you come across the wind.
Yeah.
It would, and man, that all of a sudden it would just kick and then it would just go. I mean, it tacked really, really well.
It did. It was real smooth sail.
And so, thoroughly enjoyed the self-tacking jib. Seawind's big mantra, and so far from what we've seen, it's proven to be true, is that, they build a boat that a couple can sail by themselves. I mean, that is that is one of their main things, that a couple like my wife and I, who I have some sailing experience, she had basically none when we started this little venture, other than we took a week-long sailing class. But people like us can get on this boat and we can sail it. It's safe. Everything comes back to the cockpit. It's self-tacking, and either one of us could bring this boat in alone if we had to.
All the lines come back right here.
All the lines.
That's outstanding.
3 reef lines, everything comes right back here. You should never, you hate to never say never, because stuff breaks. We know that. But if nothing breaks and everything is working the way it should, there's no reason that you would have to go forward.
So I have 2 more things that I do want to talk about in regards to the Seawind, and that is the galley down. Why did you and your wife decide on a galley down? And now that you have the galley down, how do you like it?
My wife, after looking at the boats, decided there was no way she wanted a galley up. I know everybody wants to say, oh, well, you're separated, you're not part of the party or the gathering that's going on. And they might be right, but I know that from this helm station right here, I can sit and I can talk to my wife in the galley. I can see her. We can have a conversation back and forth, and I don't feel like that being cut off is an issue at all. But what it does give her, and one of the things she loves about it, is it gives her her own space. She doesn't feel like she's cooking in the living room. She has her own kitchen. She has more storage. She has a bigger galley because it is down, and it gives her a place that she can prepare things, and all of the mess, all of the pots and the pans and everything is not just exposed out in the living room while you're entertaining. It's hidden down in the galley, and it gives you a bigger salon for people to sit at and to be around.
That's
and
a very
so
good point.
we wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, I find it a positive, not a negative at all.
I actually, I agree with everything that you had to say about that, and those are very fine points. Okay, so the last thing that I want to talk about that seems to be a little bit of a controversy with this particular catamaran is with the dual helms, there seems to be a little bit of a complaint of some of the party room being taken away from the cockpit. I personally think that there is tons of room on here for party. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on how big of a party you want to have. I mean, quite honestly, as far as seating, we can seat what, 1, 2, 3. We could probably seat 3 or 4 across from us around the table. But each one of the ice chests underneath the helm seats pull out and become additional seating. The helm seats themselves are reversible as we're setting now.
Yep.
And that becomes seating in there. You raise the trifold doors and all of a sudden it's one big room.
And let's
that
not
you
forget
can-
about the front of the boat.
yeah, and the front. And I mean, literally, when you raise the trifold doors, you have a dance floor. I mean, I could actually two-step.
And he did.
And those people from Texas will know what I'm talking about. But I could actually put some music on in two-step right here in my cockpit. So, you know, I guess it just depends how many
people do you want in here?
How many people do you want in here? Because I know I can put 10 or 12 pretty easy.
So overall, this is a gorgeous boat. Thank you so very much for spending some time with me this morning and taking a look at it, and for putting it on my channel and letting me share it with the world. I'm sure everybody's going to find it just as gorgeous as I have. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Alex.
All right.
Yeah, it's a hot day. I'm hanging in the sunshine. You should hit me with a splash gun so I cool down. Won't you come on over? We can party till the sun's down. Baby, let me buy you a drink while we're dancing and think I could go for some queen me too. Hey baby, if you're looking for some crazy, I tell you everybody's standing in a line for the water slide. You can come on over, we can take the roller coaster. And you know everybody's looking for a ride in the water slide. Surfing on the wave of good feelings. Well, it's just another Friday in paradise. So bring your A game, 'cause you know this party won't stop. We can never run out of time, sipping strawberry lime. You know I wanna share it with you, share it with you, share it with you. Hey baby, if you're looking for some crazy, I tell you everybody's standing in a line for the water slide. You can come on over, we can take the roller coaster. And you know everybody's looking for a ride in the water slide. Water slide. It's getting kinda crazy up in here. Got the DJ playing music, everybody wants to hear, yeah. It's getting kinda crazy up in here. Everybody wants to ride in the water slide. Baby, if you're looking for some crazy, I tell you everybody's standing in a line for the water slide. You can come on over, we can take the roller coaster. And you know everybody's looking for a ride in the water slide. Water slide.
Thanks for joining us and watching episode 22 of Sailing Alley Cat. Hopefully it won't be 3 months before I have another episode for you. I hope you enjoyed this particular episode because I didn't really have any cool sailing stuff to offer you, but I thought the boat tour was pretty sweet. So anyway, if you have not subscribed to our channel, I hope you will consider doing so, and we'll see you next time.